Everybody's heard of Charles Dickens, right? The writer?
Yeah.
Tale of Two Cities. The book starts out, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. I can tell you right now, it's the best of times in the history of America to be a black man. And it's the worst of times in America to be a black man. Because you got two paths. If you handle your business, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, apply yourself, have a goal, be college, the military, or whatever, to be a professional, to be a participant in this economy, the smart economy, the knowledge economy, which goes through college or tech school or the military or whatever, business ownership, this is the best time. And I'm telling you, if you come in on the school side and you're a 3.0 student in a good university like Robert Morris, and you apply yourself, man, it's like Moses parting the Red Sea, man. It's gonna be wide open. I know somebody that looks just like you that does everything that you all just described. I know black astronauts, I know black folks at Google, obviously know people of color in the military, cardiologists, firefighters, pro football players, financiers, entrepreneurs, everything that you have laid out, God bless you. Everything that you've talked about, there is someone out there that looks just like you, maybe not quite as good looking as you, but looks like you, that is doing that. So I want y'all to understand this. Look deep into my very, very brown eyes. Look over here, look over here. Pay attention. Eyes on me. You can do it. You can do it. Will it be easy? You think it's going to be easy to be a cardiologist or electrical engineer? Yes or no? No. No, sir. No, sir. But you can do it, right? This is that it's possible for you to figure out your own destiny. You understand? Yes, sir. Very, very important. Very, very important. Now, so I always think to myself, how did I get this route as opposed to that route? Why am I here as opposed to there? And I want to keep it very, very simple. It's not because I was smarter than everybody. It wasn't because I was just had all the right genes or all the right connections. But I think that it comes down to a couple of things, and I hope you should write these things down, man. They're all very simple, though. And I got a lot of friends that have gotten on the right path and done the right thing and ended up in the right place, and how do they do it? Number one, again, you guys get there? It's not going to be NASA rocket science, but it's going to be very important. Number one, you got to work hard and work smart. Work hard. So as I said at one of the graduations from BMLDI, there are like 4,000 college universities out there. Of those 4,000, maybe 300 or so are national universities because they do research and they have their doctoral granting, this, that, and the other. And of that 300 or so, the ones that are private, not the ones that are public, there's one African-American man running one of those universities, and that's me. Right? And it's not because I was a genius, but rather because I worked hard and I worked smart. So tell yourself this right now. Tell yourself right now. Promise yourself this. That you won't let anybody outwork you, right? So if you want to do something in athletics, you're going to work that much harder out on the field and in the weight room. If you want to do something intellectually, you're going to be in the library that much earlier than them and work that much harder than them. That's how you get to this place. It's not. There's no sort of secret. There's no sort of shortcuts. The main thing is working hard, and also now work smart too. So some simple steps from now, and also when you go to college, especially when you go into your college years, a couple things I like to pass on to people. These are simple things, but very, very important. When you go to college, and most of y'all know want to go to college, yes. Number one, sit in the front row. Sit in the front row. It's hard to sleep wake up, man. It's hard to sleep when you sit in the front row because professors do just like that. They'll say, hey, wake up, right? So seriously, sit in the front row. That's number one. You can do it when you're in high school and junior high, whatever, that's great. But when you go to college, you'll have lots of options where you sit. And it's like people think they're trying to hold the wall up back there, right? Hey man, those y'all, people they walk as fast as they can and they sit back where Dr. Robbins is to hold the door, hold the wall up, man. So sit in the front row. Number 2, get help early. Let me have everybody do this. Write that down real quick. Go ahead and write that down. Now, number 6 point was get help early. I want everybody to raise their right hand. Raise your right hand. All right, come on. I didn't see you on the back. Wake up right there. Right there. Raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. There we go. Now put it down. Raise your left hand. Okay, put it down. So your arms work, right? You're proving it to me. So that means that when you're in class and the professor says something you don't understand, that's why I appreciate you asking me to spell that. When you don't understand something, you know what you need to do? Raise your hand. I used to think it was an Olympic sport when I was in college. Teacher say something I couldn't understand, shoot. I don't understand that. And when you try to understand, don't just parrot what the teacher said. You've got to put it into some words that you understand, right? Half my time when I was doing notes, I was translating what someone said to a way that I actually understood it. I did it my whole academic career. Don't be ashamed, don't be worried, be proud of it. I wore it like a badge of courage. Badge of honor, excuse me. I mean, my professors always knew if I didn't understand, I was gonna raise my hand. So, get help early, which means raising your hand in class, and you're gonna learn about something called office hours. You heard about those things yet? Office hours? Yeah, those are your friends. Office hours are your friends. As soon as you think that you're not understanding something, even if you're doing pretty well, you should always go in to see your professor for office hours. I see some professors back in the back and they're giving you one of these. These are simple things. You'd be amazed how many people don't do it. But just going in, because the professor, what will happen is you could be on the line between an A and a B, or a C and something else, and the professor feels like you're coming in there and putting forth the effort, then I think that it typically tips the right way, right? So get help early, use those office hours, right? Very, very important that you do these things. And here's my last 2 things. My last 2 things. Go to class every day. Go to class every day. The number 1 reason that students fail out of college is because they what? They skip school, they don't go to class. So whether you got a scholarship, which you've earned, so that's your money, or you're paying money out of your pocket, out of your parents' or your family's money, you should take full advantage of it. And I don't mean go to class sometimes. I mean go to class every day. Here's the last thing, and we did this before. Set some goals. Set some short-term goals, medium-term goals, and long-term goals, all right? Set short-term, medium, and long-term goals. It's great to want to be a cardiologist, but when you hit your first biology class and chemistry class in college, it's going to be, I want to make it these next 6 weeks and have, a B. So be very comfortable in setting those short-term goals, those medium-term goals, and long-term goals, all right?